Folks, welcome back to Nostalgianomics. Today we're going to talk about a way of investing in Pokemon without ever having to really invest in Pokemon, meaning putting any of your hard-earned dollars really to work. And really it just has to do with putting some cards away that you already have when you're opening some of these collection boxes, these tins, these 3-pack blisters. If you've noticed, they all come with these little promo cards, and usually when a lot of them are released, they're relatively valueless. And what I mean is they're usually under $1, worth only a few cents. And most of the time, people end up just, selling them off right away, balking them out, whatever they do. And they never think to sleeve up all those cards that are everywhere. Everyone's got them. They're worth nothing and nobody wants. And just putting them in a box and forgetting about them for a few years. I'm going to show you what that looks like when you do that. And then at the end, we're going to look at some Scarlet Violet era cards that are going through the same life cycle right now. They're everywhere. They're plentiful. They're worth under $1, a few cents right now. And they could be the cards that go up exponentially. We're talking thousands and thousands of percent in literally a few years' time. So let's go ahead and take a look. So first off, this is not a promo card. This is the regular Mew Holo from Celebrations. Comes in, I don't know, one out of every pack, 2 packs, 3 packs, whatever. It's very plentiful. But all of a sudden, people decided this card was worth exponentially more than what it was. If you go back a year, this card was selling for anywhere between 20 to 30 cents. 20 to 30 cents. And now it's up in the $4 to $5 range, which is over 1,000% gain. To make it even crazier, for a few sales, this card was actually selling for over $10. Celebrations Holo, guys. Now, the PSA 10 version, it's worth about $240 at auction, $260 at auction. So obviously that's one of the reasons it's rising. But just keeping the raw copy could have been just as good as trying to make the grading play. Obviously, we know the story about the 151 Mewtwo. I was personally, about a year ago, buying these cards out of the dollar binder at my local card shop, still sealed in the plastic. That is how plentiful the 151 UPCs were and how plentiful these cards were. I remember giving this card and the Mew card and the Metal Gold Mew out on live streams as like a second chance hit. If people opened some packs and they didn't get anything very good, I would throw one of these promos in for free. That is how little they were valued back then. If you look at the year chart, this card was literally a $2 to $3 card. And honestly, it was going for less than that when you bought in bulk. Fast forward to now, this is a $35 card, guys. $35 card. A 1,000% gain from $2 would have been $20. It's almost up 2,000% from its lows. That's ridiculous. The PSA 10 is going absolutely crazy. Now, this card's always been hard to grade, but back then when it was like that cheap, it was like in the hundreds. Now it's a $600 card. Maybe you can get a little cheaper in the fives. That is where we are at with the Mewtwo. This Rayquaza card, you guys know it was everywhere. This was not too long ago. This is the Rayquaza Cosmos Holo from the Sea and Sky box. We know these were everywhere because the Sea and Sky boxes were everywhere. Nobody won this Rayquaza. People would send them to me for free when I would buy, Sea and Crown Zenith pack lots. They would send me the promos. They were valueless, basically. This card, if you look back a year, it was down. It was down in like the low cents. This doesn't really show it. I remember these cards going in bulk for like 25 cents, 50 cents a piece, which is insanity. Now, fast forward to today, it's almost a $4 card. Almost a $4 card in literally less than a year's time. You could have, 5 extra money, 6x, 7 extra money on a Rayquaza card. Now, it does have some value being graded now. It's going for about, in the mid hundreds. I graded these in the past. When I was selling them, they were only going for about $50 in a PSA 10, so it's already tripled there as well. We have the Lucario. Everyone knows the Lucario from Crown Zenith. These are the same way, guys. Nobody wanted these things $1. And so here's the thing. When I said you can invest without have to technically invest your money, anybody that was opening a Crown Zenith ETB, you were having fun opening packs, just throw this card in a box and forget about it. You don't have to try to sell it right away and get every last dollar out of it, optimize everything you're doing. Just forget about it. Put it away. It's worth $1. Who cares? Well, now you care because now they're worth like, $13, $14. And now the PSA 10 copy is worth over $100 when these were going for like $50. So it pays to just, if stuff isn't worth that much, if you have some promos left over, just throw them in a box, forget about them. You don't need to go and get every dollar and sell them for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. What's that really going to do for you? What's this going to do for you if you held on to all those and now they're worth this much? This is a big one. This is the Gengar from the Champions Path Collection Box. Champions Path Collection Box. This was a $9 card, which is now over 90. About a 1,000% gain on a Champions Path Gengar promo. It's a $1,300 card. It is a $1,300 PSA 10 now, guys. A simple promo that came free in a Champions Path collection box that people were dumping for $9 because they're everywhere. Everyone's got them. Hold on to your promos, guys. Hold on to your promos. This Mimikyu card. This came from the Celebrations, I believe, pencil collection or one of those like back to school like type collections. Not the collection tin, I don't believe. One of those weird collection. Maybe the tin, maybe that weird box. One of those. This card was literally pennies. Pennies. 60, 70 cents. It's now almost $20. Guys, let me do the math for you. 70 cents, 1,000% gain would be $7. 2,000% is $14. 3,000 is $21. This is over a 2,000% gain on this Mimikyu card in a year. And really, in less than a year. Now, obviously, it's got some great value at $360, but this is crazy. This is what's possible when you hold on to these worthless promos that nobody wants and everyone says they're everywhere and never going to be worth anything. Well, newsflash, now they are. The Pikachu from, Paldea Evolved, ETB. I just picked this one. I could have picked all the ETB promos at this point. But Paldea Evolved, $2 promo. Now it's going for, about $15, $16. Just opening an ETB and putting the promo in a box, forgetting about it. In a 10, it's got some value, $150, nothing crazy. Another one, the Mimikyu from Paldea and Fates, same type of thing. I was giving these away on streams. I was giving these things away on stream to people that didn't get anything. It was an 80-cent card. Now it's over $10, over 1,000% gain. And it's going for about $150 PSA 10, nothing crazy, $150. This is a big one. This card was in the collection boxes back in the day. It was the first GX card printed. It was before Sun and Moon Base came out. It was right after Evolutions. And it was they were sitting on shelves. They were falling off shelves. They got clearance stickers. Nobody wanted this box. Nobody wanted the Snorlax. Even a year ago, guys, remember this was released in 2017. Even a year ago, it was only $333. Before that, it was like $1. Now it's a $20 card. Now the 10 is worth $450. This is the power of promos, guys. And so look, this is what you got to do. Just go to TCG Player. Just type in SV promo. Just type that in. Sort by lowest first. And just start scrolling through. See if anything catches your eye. Look, maybe these Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon promos, the Cosmos Hollows, from the poster collections. I mean, how much are they? 30 cents? Why not put some of these away? What's it going to hurt? What's it going to cost you? Put 10 of these away, put 100 of these away. What's it going to cost you? A few dollars? Less than a dinner? Why not? Seeing from what we've seen in the past, it doesn't take much to put some of these things away and be worth exponentially more in the future. It's much easier for a card that's worth 50 cents to go to $10 than it is for something else to gain similar amounts of percentage gain. It's just the way it is, and these are very low risk, especially if you already have them. If you already have them, don't feel like you need to take every bit of profit out of every different product, right? Just put them away. The money you're going to make is not even going to be noticed. the money you could make in 1, 2, 3 years when this happens again with Scarlet Violet like it has the other eras, it's going to be exponentially more. The Cosmos Hollows from the 151 poster collection, the Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, another great option, right? Things that are going to be hard to grade, things that are popular Pokemon, all good things to go with. Any unique type card, unique type art. I'm just going to keep scrolling through, guys. This is kind of what I do, though. Everyone wants to know, kind of like look behind the scenes. This is what it takes behind the scenes. Just doing this little stuff day in and day out, finding plays that other people aren't seeing. Here's another one. The Glaceon and Leafeon from the other Prismatic collection. They're already up over $1, but those could be the same way. 2 more Cosmos Hollows, right? Same exact thing. I don't know. Maybe some of these like illustration. Obviously, the promos from the ETBs are always usually going to do good. There's the Tornadus from the ETB. I don't know. Are these trainer full arts ever going to be anything? This Iono's Belly Bowl's $2? I don't know. Like I said, this is just kind of what you have to do. You just kind of scroll through. You look for kind of unique cards. You look for cards that you think are underappreciated. And the time investment and even the dollar investment is so small compared to what you have to gain that it pays to kind of do this every so often. And even do this with sets too, right? You can even scroll through sets like this and see if there's any like undervalued cards that you think you want to pick up, or some that you have sitting there that you may have otherwise just like sold off in bulk or made a big lot and you just got rid of them. What's it going to hurt to just throw them on a shelf and wait? What's it going to hurt you, right? Are you going to really miss the few dollars that you would have made? Probably not. But are you missing out on some of these promos that are now at thousands of percent? Probably. I know I am. I 100% am. There are cards that I used to grade in bulk, right? That I used to buy, 20 to 50 copies of on TCG Player, that I would send 10 to 30 copies into PSA to grade. I would have, inventories on eBay of 10, 20 copies in PSA 10s, and I was selling them for a fraction of what they're going for now. Whereas, you know what? The profits I made, yeah, they kept the business running, but to put some of those away would have made me exponentially more than what that little bit of profit did for me back then. So this is why, guys, I'm so pro investing in this stuff. I understand everyone out there, it's especially full-time, has to make a living. They have to always sell something to keep the business running and have cash flow. But I urge you guys, even if things seem like they're plentiful, they're always going to be around, that everyone's got them, they're never going to be worth anything, put some away. Give it time. I think you'll be surprised what happens down the road. So that's all I got, guys. Hope the video helped. Be back in a new one soon. I'm out.